Alright, what's going on? We got a trade recap today for Monday, June 16th. This was a little one-to-one scalp that I took. This was the only thing that the market provided. The only thing that I saw that I was able to execute on coming into today. And it was actually I know I put out the weekly outlook video yesterday saying I wanted to be short biased, which I did want to be short biased coming into today. But I also said that I wanted to see this 4-hour imbalance hold. Which clearly we did not, and we ended up running through this 4-hour bearish imbalance. And so after we ran through this 4-hour bearish imbalance, we broke structure on the 4-hour time frame, which tells me that the next draw on liquidity is this daily buy side right here. And like I said, or like you should know, like the overall higher time frame trend the past 2 months has just been higher highs, higher lows. So I was fine with that once we got that market structure shift on the 4-hour time frame, and once we fully ran through this 4-hour imbalance. Yes, I would have liked to hold this 4-hour, break structure, and this would have been a clean market maker sell model right here. But we can't always predict exactly what's going to happen within the market. Our job as traders is to just see what happens, wait for confirmation, and just let the market tell us what to do, right? So we ended up disrespecting this 4-hour imbalance once this 4-hour candle closed 30 minutes into market open. So then scaling into the 15-minute chart, this now can become my buy model to the upside, with this daily buy side up here being my high time frame drawn liquidity. And we've had the high time frame market structure shift. So now I'm looking for my middle time frame, which in this instance is the 15-minute chart. We have displaced higher throughout this whole morning. I'm looking for us to rebalance to a 15-minute fair value gap, and then take a trade off of that. This turned into a 1-hour, but there were multiple 15-minute fair value gaps right here that we never pulled back to. And once we finally got this pullback up here, the first rebalance that we had all morning, you can see we just continued to pump and pump and pump. We finally pulled back to the first high time frame fair value gap. We never even pulled back to a 5-minute either. So this was the first rebalance that we had. We come down. I'm now scaled into the 1-minute chart. Once we rebalance to this 15-minute, we take the internal liquidity that's nestled within the fair value gap, and then we get a market structure shift here. And this was more of an entry just based on the market structure shift candle closure, but I waited for a pullback to the order block. I don't use order blocks. My thesis for this trade was, okay, we've rebalanced and we've broken structure back to the upside. I have confidence in the trade. Let me just wait for a pullback to where I'd be fine with a trade, which 1-to-1, it's pretty bad, but this was I was honestly really trying to take a trade, and I had a bunch of confidence in the draw liquidity. And I realized this was probably going to be the only thing that was offered. Now, I originally debated on moving stops to break even at this internal high, but that's bit me in the butt so many times, and it actually saved me today. Because if I had, went for even a 1.5, that wouldn't have hit before getting stopped at break even, or a 1.2 and just move stops to break even once taking the internal high, because this internal high is what we have confidence that's going to get taken, right? This is the internal buy model. So you really have to take profits at the internal buy model high, which is what I did. Also partly because we were later on into market open. Yeah, it's already 11 o'clock New York time. So I took full profits here at a 1-to-1, waited for a pullback. We pulled back to this order block. We held it, respected it. And you can just on the executions here. Bought here, sold here. Pretty simple stuff. The bias turned bullish without a doubt in my mind after the first 30 minutes. Like I said, after disrespecting the 4-hour bearish imbalance, after displacing higher, shifting market structure on the 4-hour chart, this now becomes my high time frame obvious draw on liquidity. So at this point, like I said, I'm waiting for a pullback to a middle time frame imbalance within this high time frame range to execute on going along. And so that's what happened. Not the cleanest thing ever, but this was literally the only opportunity that was provided today in the market. So I took it. Not the cleanest thing ever, but it is what it is, and sometimes you just got to take what the market gives you. So that's a trade that I took today. Good way to start the week off. And yeah, I guess I'm going to continue to be bullish until this daily liquidity gets taken. We'll have to wait and see what happens throughout the rest of the day, but I'd expect this to get taken today throughout the PM session, and then from there we'll have to wait and see how we react off of this daily liquidity, if we're going to continue to displace higher to all-time highs, or if we're just going to come up, sweep this liquidity, and then maybe start the market maker sell model to the downside. So gonna have to wait and see what forms. PM session overnight going into tomorrow, but that's the trade recap for me for today. So yeah, let me know if y'all were able to take a trade. This was honestly the only thing that I saw that was valid for me personally. So yeah, man, appreciate you watching. That's the trade recap. I will see y'all tomorrow. Peace out.